Yeah. Okay, meeting's being recorded. Okay. All right, so you want me to get going?
It's all you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no worries. Just gonna find my presentation here. And we're good to go.
Okay.
All right. My name's James Palulak. This is I'm the Director for Institutional Partnerships at Kaplan, and I'll run through our partnership with the Citadel and a little bit about the partnership, the programs on offer, a little bit about each of the programs, and how students can get sort of signed up. So I just wanted to start with what is Kaplan. Kaplan Test Prep helps students prepare for their entrance exam through various blended methods. So I'll just touch on a little bit of these. Comprehensive courses. Comprehensive courses, what comprehensive means is it's the whole package. So when you're not expected to go out there searching for supplemental material to support what we have more than enough resources and material, questions, practice tests, videos, everything, include live instruction, that you're probably not going to get through all of it, but you won't be wanting to find anything, having to go elsewhere to find resources. So, and that's what currently we have as part of the Citadel partnership. And then the do-it-yourself / self-paced material is, I think, it's also included in the Citadel partnership. And those things are still comprehensive. They're just on-demand video. So it includes practice material, practice tests, additional support, but it's all done asynchronous. And then beyond the Citadel partnership that we have for students who are looking for things that are either lower cost or they're not quite ready to dive right into full comprehensive prep, we have supplemental prep material, practice material, books, so you can buy book sets and stuff. And then complementary resources are things like free practice tests and our free sample class sessions. So there are resources that are there designed for students to take advantage of that are free. And what a student might choose to do is take a free practice test first, assess their skill level at the moment, so they can determine, if comprehensive prep is right for them and is something they need, and then they can, put steps in place to make that decision. So, Paige, not sure if you wanted to fire any questions at me at all, but I can just.
I'll save those to the end.
Yeah. So why and when to prep? So I do get a lot of questions from students around, why, but also when do I get started? So I wanted to run that through with you now. So here's some reasons why you should prepare for your MCAT, your GRE, your LSAT. Your competition is doing it right now. So as you're speaking, as you're looking at this presentation, as you're weighing up your options, someone out there is already ahead of you and they are ready to submit their application and be reviewed before yours. That's always going to happen in anything in the world. Don't stress about it. What you can do now is put those steps in place to be a competitive applicant. Exam taking stamina. I asked this question a lot of students. When was the last time you took a 7-hour MCAT exam? Probably never. And when I mentioned that, your eyes probably bug out and you start to freak out. So it happens, but one way to get prepared for your exam is test taking stamina. Same thing if you're sports minded, think of a marathon runner. They don't practice running a mile a day. They run 10, 15, 20. They practice running distance to get ready for their test day, their event day. Mastering the content and strategies. Again, getting used to what's on the exam takes time and effort. Mastering the content. So a lot of these exams have content on them that you either have seen before or haven't seen before. MCAT exams require you to have various levels of content. So at least 2 semesters of your 4 hard sciences biophysics, orgo, and chem, and also soc and psych and biochemistry. So you're already got to be a junior / senior almost to even sit for the MCAT, whereas an LSAT exam is a completely skills-based test that you don't need to know any content. You just need to practice the strategies and get familiar with test-like questions and full-length exams. So being able to master not only the content, but the strategies, it will set you up for test day success. If you're going to go into this exam without having done much review and you've still got that anxiety, then you're setting yourself up for failure. Why prep? Make yourself more competitive. Like I said, your competition is doing that right now. When you set yourself up for success by, hey, I'd love for you to all enroll in a Kaplan MCAT course, but as long as you're doing the necessary things to get you where you need to be, you will make yourself more competitive. Going above and beyond will make yourself more competitive. Doing just what's barely required is not making yourself more competitive. Give them no reason to say no to you. So that's my advice. It's easy to say, it's hard to do, but if it was all easy, I'd be a doctor. So math, what's that? Think about what's on this exam. Is there math concepts you haven't seen since 6th grade, 7th grade? I mean, some of this math is not hard, but giving you a GRE or an MCAT exam, well, really math you'll see on GRE and DAT, if I gave you one of those exams and said, go home and do it, bring it back next week, you'd all get 100%, 99th percentile. But when I start saying you've got 2 minutes to do each question, then you start getting that anxiety, then you start getting that second guessing, then you get, into the area where you have to start guessing. Being able to review math concepts that you haven't seen for a while, again, sets you up for success and allows you to get through question types efficiently and effectively without needing to guess. Test familiarity, I sort of mentioned it a little bit, but again, if you haven't taken a 4-hour GRE exam, a 5-hour LSAT exam, or 7-hour MCAT exam, you're gonna have to get familiar with what the test looks like and also the length of time that you're gonna be testing for. And not only test familiarity, but these exams, I mean, post-COVID, these exams are taken at testing centers. Be familiar with the site that you're going to be taking this exam at. Be familiar with the drive. Do I have to take a bus? Is the test center going to be chilly, overly warm? Do I bring an extra sweater? All those things. Where are the bathrooms? All these kind of things. Be familiar with test day and the location, even just as much as you are with the test. And when should I prep? So I wanted to cover off on this because a lot of students aren't really sure when they should be taking their exam. So I like to think about this in a way that makes a bit of sense. So we're going to go backwards. So if you're looking to start, say that's med school students, and it's it's similar for other exams as well. And I'll pause there for a moment. So junior year is ideal. Junior year, summer of junior year, fall of junior year, these are ideal times. And even some cases, the spring of your junior year, if you're looking to go to med school directly out of undergrad. If you're going to take a year off, you can push that year back a bit. But remember, these exams are good for between 3 and 5 years. So getting them out of the way as an undergrad is ideal because you've still got math concepts in your head. You're still in study mode, and you haven't entered the big bad world of real life just yet. Most of you haven't. So you've ideally got that time to spend to prepare for these exams. So going back to my example, if you're looking at starting med school in the fall of 2022, you'll be applying at the latest in the fall of 2021. That means that summer of 2021, you'll be looking at submitting your application. So when you should be prepping is either the spring of 2021 or even as early as the fall of 2020. So that gives you an idea around when should I start my application? Sorry, when should I start prepping? When should I test? When should I apply for when I should want to be starting? So usually with med schools, applications open June 4th. And so you've got from June 4th onwards to submit your application. The longer you wait that summer, the more spots dwindle, but the same, more people are still trying to apply. I mean, not everyone can go to med school what the year they want to. So again, it goes back to the competition. They're doing things right now that you're probably not. So assess where you're at and make a plan and get moving. I'll find the next slide. So what works best for me, as in you, the student? How do I know my best study fit? Like I said, the Kaplan partnership with Citadel offers comprehensive resources, and there are discounts available. So I want to put that out there. I think we cover that later on. And that's great that there's a partnership, and we encourage you to investigate that. And most students who need help do much better when they do invest in comprehensive materials and courses, but definitely have a look to see what fits your budget, what fits your study style, and what you've got time for. You know, we don't want to be in that space, in that position where you find out that, holy crap, I've got to take an exam and I've got 4 months until the deadline's over. We don't want to be in that spot. So thinking about comprehensive material versus other kinds of preparation, you know, books, my sister's best friend's boyfriend or something, or whatever, like who's going to be the best person to help you to do this? Obviously that example I gave, you want to try and find someone. If you can't do comprehensive prep, then definitely think about who's going to have my best interest at heart here around that, okay? And don't think of prepping for your exam as a cost that you sort of put your head down to. Think about all the other costs that are involved in with applying to graduate school, med school, law school, that sort of thing. This is just a small portion of what that cost is going to be, but it's the biggest impact on your application. I want to stress that. So it's not like you're only spending a little bit of money for something that's going to slightly impact your application. You're spending a little bit of money, sometimes a significant amount of money, that's going to make or break your application. So I want that to sink in, that yes, you know, you will definitely want to get some new outfits, maybe to do interviews. You definitely want to invest in, obviously there's fees and they can be waived, but there's fees for applying to these schools. So thinking about your budget around where can I best spend my dollars, it's going to make the biggest impact on my application. Live or asynchronous? Do I prep better with someone that I can talk to directly, or with, you know, can I prep on my own? Can I trust myself enough to log in, watch the video, do the required work, or do I need to be kept to a schedule? Is tutoring an option? Should I be investing even more dollars in getting private tutoring? That's an option as well that's available. Again, consider that budget. Consider how long to prep for. Traditionally, students can prep anywhere between 4 months to 8 months. How best are you going to figure that out? Take a free practice test, determine where your strengths and weaknesses are, and from there you'll be able to determine, okay, how long do I need to be preparing for this, and is a course an option for me? How often per week? Most students are preparing at least 3 hours a day, maybe taking a day off here or there to avoid burnout, or they might have other obligations. So think about your own week. What are your fixed obligations? School, work, children, whatever you've got in your life, and think about how you can address that non-fixed time to support studying for your exam. How do I get started? I kind of mentioned it already. Free practice test. If you're not sure if prep is for you or not, take a free practice exam, see where you're scoring. That'll give you a breakdown of the results, and then from there you can determine, okay, do I need to then take this, you know, which path do I follow? Do I invest in comprehensive prep or something else? Captest.com is where you can review all the course details, live online schedules, and all the free stuff we have as well. Definitely keep that website handy. Okay, Citadel partnership. So since about 2017, we've been partnering with the Citadel to provide discounted test prep services. This is the link that you can go to find the information. We also have part of our partnership is a program where if you receive financial aid, you can access a lower rate, which is all at that website. How you enroll, we can enroll every month. You just have to make sure that you're enrolling early enough in the month so we can get you set up for when you want your access to start. And we have flexible schedules. As part of the partnership, you get longer access than traditional Kaplan students, and you get a chance to take a free repeat as well. So you have plenty of options. And this slide here just shows, you know, feel free to pause it. This just shows what the current costs are for Citadel students. And this page is, this drop down is a screenshot from that link I shared in the previous slide. And here's the process to enroll. Again, I'm not going to go through this, just pause it, check it out, go to that link, it's all there for you to do. But here's my information, james.plulak@kaplan.com. You are welcome to email me at any time regarding anything to do with Kaplan and choosing schedules, when do I get started, you know, what's my best fit, that sort of thing. Can help you with any of those kind of questions. And that's it. There's my information. You're welcome to reach out. So